Today is June 23rd, and this is our weekly update on the war between Israel and the terrorist organization Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Shalom, my friends. This is the Kiva Gersh with Israel in 5, where we give you everything Israel in 5 minutes. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions or want to keep the conversation going, please do so below in the comments. We are now over 8 months into this war that began on October 7th with a horrible and tragic, catastrophic attack into Israel by thousands of Hamas terrorists storming communities, killing and kidnapping many, many Israelis. And Israel has been in the Gaza Strip ever since, fighting forcefully and strongly against this terrorist organization that is mostly found underneath the ground in the Gaza Strip. As we've said here before, and it's important to say again, the Gaza Strip has two layers. There's the Gaza you see from above, the buildings, the homes, the hospitals, the kindergartens, the cities, the towns, the villages, and there's the Gaza down below, which is an intricate and extensive system of tunnels where many, many Hamas terrorists have been hiding, continue to hide, including the Hamas terror organization leadership. And that's why this fight is so complicated and so difficult. Many, many years ago, many times, Israel said that if it was ever to go into the Gaza Strip to fight Hamas with the intent of destroying the organization and taking them out of power, which they've been in since 2006, 2007, it would be a very long and challenging and difficult war. And this is the war that we're seeing right now. Israel continues to fight in all different parts of the Gaza Strip, especially in the southern region, Rafah, right along the border with Egypt, which it was waiting and preparing for many months, and now it is in there for over a month, and really fighting strongly against Hamas terrorists. Unfortunately, IDF soldiers have died there. Just yesterday, another soldier died in the fighting in Gaza, bringing the number up to 315 soldiers who have been killed just in Gaza from the fighting since the beginning of the war. But the soldiers, it's unbelievable to see their messages and their videos. They express to the people of Israel and to the world, for those who are open to and willing to watch, how they take great pride in being where they are and fighting the fight that they're fighting, because they know that this is against an evil terrorist organization that needs to be eradicated, not only for the sake of the Jewish people and for Israel, but for the entire world. And that's exactly what they're doing with incredible strength and incredible pride and incredible, as we call it in Hebrew, Mesirat Nefesh, giving of oneself. The northern border continues to be very, very, very heated, heating up continuously, week after week, and the messages coming out of the leadership here in Israel is that war is becoming more and more likely, more and more possibility, more and more imminent, as Hezbollah ceases to send over rockets on a daily basis, many of which in recent weeks have caused tremendous fires in the north of Israel, destroying much nature and farmland, forests, and animal life as well. And of course, the communities in the north that Israelis had to evacuate since October 8th, the beginning of the war against Hezbollah, one day after the beginning of the war with Hamas in the Gaza Strip. And some of these communities are now not only desolate, but ruined, because so many rockets have hit their communities, hit homes in these communities, and have destroyed them. We're talking about at least 100,000 Israelis still not in their homes in the north, which is a situation that's intolerable. And the Israeli leadership, both the government and the army, knows that if this doesn't stop, if the rockets from Hezbollah in Lebanon don't stop, that means that war will have to happen against them. It's a war that nobody wants. Israel doesn't want it. Hezbollah doesn't even want it. If it does happen, it's going to be a whole different kind of war that both Israel and Hezbollah has never seen before. America, just a day or two ago, has pledged its full backing and support for Israel if such a front will open up, if such a war will begin. It feels like a war since Hezbollah, since October 8th, but it hasn't been an official war. There have not been ground troops, Israeli ground troops going into Lebanon. But if this does escalate, that's exactly what we will see, and preparations have been made. The IDF already said a couple of weeks ago that they're ready for a war, if that is what it's going to be. And that's where really most people's eyes are on, is the northern border with Lebanon. And as I always like to say, we appreciate all of your thoughts, your prayers, your support for Israel, We continue to send our prayers and blessings to the soldiers who are fighting this fight on the front lines, down in the south, up in the north, all around the country, in fact. Um, and of course, sending our prayers to the hostages, their families, for the immediate and quick release, soon release of the hostages who are still being held there. Over 100 hostages are still there. And every now and then we hear news, approximate how many are maybe possibly alive. The last thing that has come out is that Israel believes at least 50 of them are still alive. And of course, we're hoping that they come home really soon and reunite with their families and get to go through the healing that they will need to go through after what they've been through, in order to continue their lives in the best way possible. Again, sending thanks for your support and your prayers, and wishing the best to the soldiers, to the hostages, and all of their families. All the best, and be well.